On today's episode of Why You Are a Chosen One, we have 11 obvious signs. My name is MJ, and I am your Atlas to Life. I am a source guided intuitive tarot card reader, and I also am a yoga artiste. My email address is em3dj3@gmail.com. I am also em3dj3 at PayPal if you'd like to pay it forward, because it will come back to you. And you're worth it. You deserve it. Today I'm going to tell you 11 obvious signs why you are a chosen one. Let us begin. Sign number 1, you are a chosen one. You haven't followed the typical life timeline. So, you didn't graduate from high school at 18, get married, have your 2 kids, go to college, get a job, work at, allergy season in Ohio, work at your job for, 10 years, go back to school, get another job, an even better one, and, just do all the basic everyday things that, when we were kids, we thought we would be doing. I thought I'd be a teacher, and a housewife, and my life has taken me to some very different places, but they were all worthwhile, but they were untypical. I wasn't following that regular life timeline like so many people did. Sign number 2, you are a chosen one. For you, normal life is unbearable. So you get yourself situated in each of the different things you've done throughout your entire lifetime, and when it gets to normal, it's like you can't take it, right? And, now we're way ascended and we're enlightened and things are so much different for us. But back then, it felt like you couldn't handle it. You didn't, I don't know if it was fit in, but you just knew that this normal, boring, routine stuff was not for you. And what that was and what was happening was that the universe was trying to help you meet your soul again and to find out who you really are. And so it needed you in different places. It needed you to try new things. It needed you to think outside the box and, go to the next town over or whatever it was, just to experience things in different places that could bring you closer to remembering who you really were. Sign number 3, that you are a chosen one. You are distant from friends and family members. So throughout your life, no matter how hard you've tried, and there was a time when you were just like them and with them, and that was just how you'd been raised, but you see them now. They're talking on the phone 3 or 4 times a week. They do things on a regular basis. And, they don't even really invite you, but they don't even think of you. You don't need them the same way they need each other. And so you're going to be happy no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. But there were times in your life where it bothered you that they didn't need you. And so, that hurt really bad, and you tried to get close to them again, but it just brought a bunch of pain and anguish. And this was just the universe forcing you to work through these feelings so that you could become independent and you wouldn't need the others, because you're here to do a job. You're a chosen one. That's more important than this lifetime here on earth with those people. The others. Sign number 4, you are a chosen one. You are always busy with something of great importance. This is such a multifaceted sign of reason, because whether you're quietly sitting there meditating, or, well, we are always meditating, or whether you're, let's say, doing housework, or you're knee deep into a project, searching for the information you need to finish this project. Or another scenario, let's say you're painting, or writing, or spending time in nature. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, it is with great importance. And so let's say that the people around you tend to, want to talk to you every once in a while, and you're right in the middle of something super important. This is a sign that you are a chosen one. Don't feel bad, because the more this happens, and the, deeper you get into your life purposes, which are all of the things that make you feel good and remind you of who you are, your soul is, your light being, it doesn't bother you as much later on. So give them their time and be patient. They need your attention too. Sign number 5, you are a chosen one. Every household you have ever been a part of was amazed by how great and capable you are. They watched you pull everyone and everything in that household together, meet all the needs that were not being met when you were not there. And they said to themselves, I don't understand. She's perfect, or he's perfect. Why don't they have all the things that I have? Why aren't they living the dream life that they deserve? Because they're so capable of doing everything that I do. They're more deserving of everything that I have than I am. If you have ever felt this before, then you are a chosen one. Sign number 6, you are a chosen one. You are good at everything you have ever tried. Now, I like to think back to like softball and stuff like that, right? Now, I would play shortstop some of the time and outfield some of the time, and whatever I was playing, I became the best at whatever position they put me in. And, like, I'd be kind of like, oh, well, I don't want to go in outfield. I'd rather play shortstop. But then I'd go play in the outfield, and what I did out there is why we won the game. The universe has been putting you in the spots that you've needed to be in since you were a child, and you have become a jack of all trades. You are good at every single thing that you've ever tried to do. I'm not saying you're the best person ever, but because sometimes you don't need to be the best, because sometimes it's better to just be good at certain things. And the universe kept you at this just good level instead of great. There were peaks of great and peaks of not so good, but they kept you at this good level so that you could try so many different things and get so much more input and remember so many more things about who you are. Sign number 7, that you are a chosen one. You know how every person or party feels or has felt in every environment that you have ever been in. Now, what does this mean? Go back to childhood. Think about the kids you hung out with in the neighborhood. You could go hang out with one group and then go hang out with another group and then go hang out with another group. And you know how all these groups intertwined, and you could make all the groups happy just by spending a little time with each of them. Now think about high school, when there was, people trying to fight with you or whatever because they were envious or jealous. And you may have been those things too back then. But you know what each of the groups had going on. You could tell, just from what you can tell today, just from walking into a business or even the grocery store, little things like that, what all the different dynamics are that are going on around you. And I know that sounds silly because some of this we can't use our thinking minds to really understand or express. But when somebody looks a certain way, or they have a certain facial expression, or you can just feel their energy when you walk by them, this means you're a chosen one. You will spend time with other people in your life who are standing right next to you, and you could try and explain this to them and they won't understand because they don't know how to use their other senses yet, but you do. This also works when you are in a restaurant. Think about how you sat there and were having this conversation, but you knew what was going on with each of the different people at all of the different tables. The family over there, the couple over here, the waitresses. We just have like heightened senses. We can hear distances far away, the frequencies, we can feel the energy, and we really know what's going on and what's happening around us, and we can use this to work to our best benefit for everyone in the whole. You know, we don't take it selfishly and just like get things for ourselves in any way. And that's how you know you're a chosen one. Sign number 8 that you are a chosen one. You understand why each situation didn't work out in your life. And you're okay with it. So many people are still harping on the past. They're still, I shoulda, what if I woulda. They have hate and love, you know, pockets of those things in everything around them that they see. It reminds them of times of their life from the past, you know, or it makes them think about like how they could get that in the future, or how they don't want to feel or how they do want to feel in the future. Now, you and I are chosen ones. We pushed ourselves to those places to let ourselves hurt. And we took ourselves back to scenarios that were completely, we failed completely, or we were completely successful, whichever, whatever. And we understand. We analyzed every single thing that's ever happened from the day we were born. And the time frame that we did this was so confusing to us. We were like, why am I thinking about that right now? And instead of, you know, pussing out and backing away, we pushed ourselves to that point and we said, oh my gosh, now I have all these realizations of what happened back then. And I really understand, and I'm not mad at those people anymore. And I'm so glad that it didn't work out, because it was better for them and it was better for me. So we're just okay with it. We understand that we've been guided and we're on these paths, and we are happy with where we are at every given moment, even when things aren't the greatest for us. Because it was necessary to help us remember who we are. Sign number 9, that you are a chosen one. You aren't freaking out when you don't get your way, or when your needs aren't met. Let's think of a few examples of this. I think that the rest of, you know, the others wake up in the morning and they say, these are the things I want today. This is what I'm going to get. We kind of don't do that. We're always in our here and now present moment. And so throughout the day, this is evolving and changing as it goes. So let's say we wake up and we think, this would be good for everybody if we did this, right? Well, when it doesn't work out that way, we don't get anxiety, we don't get worked up, we don't get angry, we don't cry. We just say, well, I'm okay with this too. How can I make the best of this? And then this next part, it says when your needs aren't met. You and I are chosen ones. And so our needs are a little different from, you know, basic human needs. Let's say that we overspend our money and we don't get paid till tomorrow morning, and we don't have money to buy dinner tonight, right? we would look at this like, this is the coolest thing ever. I can be fasting, and this is going to be so good for my body, and I'm just going to drink a whole bunch of water and drink some tea instead. And I'm going to feel so much better tomorrow because I didn't eat dinner tonight. That would be our mindset with our high energy and positive thoughts. And, you know, like, we used to have so many needs. Like, I have to wear these brands of clothes, or I have to wear this perfume, or I have to have these things. They're like blankets when you are a child. And so we're okay with not having our blanket, because we'll just replace that with the beautiful sound of the insects around us. Or, you know, we'll watch some videos on YouTube that'll make us feel good, and we can go onto one of the healing sites and just talk to some people who need help. It's a beautiful thing. We are very lucky to be chosen ones. Sign number 10, that you are a chosen one. You are currently on a mission to heal this planet, even though the others around you don't think it's all that important. They also don't think that it's their duty. You have been searching for years for all the information. The universe, the spirit guides around you, your angels have brought you to each and every one of these bits of information that have helped you to see the world the way that you see it today. And you're not going to let all that go to waste. In fact, there was a time in your life when they used to say, "Oh my God, shut up with your crap. I don't want to hear you talk about stuff like that anymore." Or, "That's just so dumb," and it didn't make sense to them. You don't really care. Throughout time, these people are still around you, and they still love you, and they've just accepted that that's part of you. And that they don't think it's part of them, but they're becoming more open because the planet is changing day by day, moment by moment. This is Judgment Day. And so, you know, the people who are not open to this are going to, and I'm very sorry to say it, die out. But the ones who feel your love on a daily basis, and they know how intense you are about healing the planet, they're still here for a reason. Because they love you, and they love their planet. And their thinking mind is just telling them to, you know, at first it was, you know, harsh. "Oh, shut up with that shit." I'm sorry, but that's what people said. And then they got a little more open, and a little more open, and a little more open. They're more gung-ho with what we're doing than they're saying out loud with their words. Before you know it, it's going to be their duty too. They just can't express that yet. And it's all because of us. We didn't give up. This is the most important thing. It's why we were born on this planet in this lifetime. I'm not going to shut up about that, but I can do it quietly or share it with my friends instead of them, right? Sign number 11, you are a chosen one. You know you've been around since the beginning of time, and you know you will exist forever. So this one here is one that we all understand, but depending on where you are in the stages, you know, it's hard for your thinking mind to process this. But each and every particle of energy that is in existence now has always been in existence before. And we understand we've been dispersed around all over the place. And this could be so many different things. I mean, I could have been a bug in one lifetime, or, you know, and like a tomato plant growing. But I know I've always been here. And I know I will always be here. The people that are not chosen ones are afraid of dying. There's no such thing as dying. And they're coming to terms with that gradually at their own pace. But we already understand it. I've been in so many past lives. I don't have to say the word no as this title, like, lists it. It's called I Feel. My connection with energy from all these different places. Excuse me one more time for my allergies. In Ohio, I'll have to do, some deep breathing, meditation stuff to make my lungs a little healthier. That's what people who are chosen ones do. Well, that's the end. I thank you for watching. I tried to keep this very short, and I only listed 11 signs or reasons. em3dj3@gmail.com. em3dj3 at PayPal. Pay it forward, comes back to you. You deserve it. I love you, collective chosen ones. Isn't this the greatest time to be alive in 2020? This is so beautiful, and I'm enjoying every present moment. I can't wait till 2021 because that's the final card of the Major Arcana, just like they were predicting. It's completion for all. It's the new one love. Hit like and subscribe. Namaste. I love you.